guys, so today's video we're going to look at trends on the periodic table. Let's begin. We're going to first look at just a review of what you know so far, which are the parts of the periodic table. You learned about two parts so far, groups and periods. The groups are the columns on the periodic table. There are 18 total groups. The group number is at the very top of the column, and there are two numbers there. So just remember that the group number is the very top number, and that you can use the second number, the one with the letter, for the valence electron number, but really only for groups 1, 2, and 3 through 18. Keep in mind, or 13 through 18, excuse me. Keep in mind that we are not learning about groups 3 through 12 because those have some special rules that go along with them, and we're not going to worry about that this year. Groups or elements in the same group, elements in the same column, have similar properties. So this is referring to physical and chemical properties. Physical properties could be things like luster, and conductivity, and malleability, and chemical properties include reactivity, inflammability, and combustibility. So this means that if hydrogen in group 1 is highly reactive, it also means that the elements within the group are also similar in reactivity, so that they are also highly reactive. If elements in group 18 are usually gases, if one element is usually a gas, that means typically all of them are usually gas. So elements in the same group have similar properties. The other part of the periodic table that you've learned is periods. Periods are the numbers on the left-hand side of the periodic table, and there are 7 total periods. Periods represent the energy levels that an element has. So we're going to look at 3 trends of the periodic table. A trend is a pattern. You should know that by now. And the first pattern that we're going to look at is atomic number. If you've noticed on the periodic table, the atomic number increases as it goes from left to right and down on the periodic table. They're also in order. The atomic mass also has a similar pattern in that it increases as you go left to right and down as you go down the periodic table. They're also roughly in order, just like the atomic number. The last trend we're going to look at is metallic properties. A metallic property refers to its being like a metal. Metals are typically shiny, they are typically conductive, they are typically malleable. So this means that as you move to the right on the periodic table, it has less of those properties. That means the element could be less shiny and less malleable, more brittle, less conductive. It becomes more of an insulator. We also see this when we look at the groups on the periodic table, or the classifications, I should say, on the periodic table, with metals being over here, metalloids being in the middle part at the stair step, and those having properties of both metals and nonmetals, and then nonmetals being over here, so those are the opposite of metals. So you've already seen kind of that metallic properties decrease as you go to the right. Those are all the trends that we're covering today. Make sure that you've gone through your periodic table and you've noted all of these trends. It's helpful to write the arrow and write the trend next to the arrow so that you know what to reference later on. If you have any questions, make sure you ask your teacher.